everybody, welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. So today we're going to answer an email that someone sent me, name withheld, and the subject is question about friends. So you guys know that BioS3 is not just a diet, training, cardio, rah, get huge, get shredded channel. It is also a self-help channel, and I'm very proud of the fact that people take the time like this to write me. Now, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. I do have a lot of life experience with, bad shit, good shit, pretty much everything in between. I think a lot of people do, but I kind of try to take myself out of the emotional situation and look at it from another standpoint. So I look at it from this person's standpoint, my person, maybe the other person, like however it may be. And it's very hard for me to do that for myself, to take myself out of the situation, look at it from another point of view, but I usually try to do that. And things become very clear to me sometimes of what's going on. So, if this helps, hopefully, this will help the kid out. Said he's a student from India. He's been in the U.S. as a grad student. When he first came here, he didn't know anybody. And for a full month, he said he didn't speak to anyone, didn't talk to anyone for a month. He would just sit in his room and sometimes cry. But one advantage of that month was he became absolutely self-sufficient very quickly. Said he got disciplined. He now sticks to his diet, trains, and sleeps properly. Over the last couple of weeks, he realized that nobody really thinks of him as a good friend. They look at me as some stern jerk who does not have fun. I don't party, hang out meaninglessly. All I do is stick to my business. I'm nice to everyone. I'm polite all the time. I try to help everyone as much as I can, but no one thinks about me unless they want something from me. I feel like crying, but I just cannot. Sometimes there can be months when the only people who spoke to me were my parents, other than the work-related people at the university. What do I think? Okay. First of all, you're not going to like what I have to say about this whatsoever. When you first came here and you were here for a full month and didn't speak to anyone, I really don't think that has to do with other people. I think that really has to do with you and what's inside you. You may perceive yourself as outgoing and all these different things, but in reality, that's not the way it is. It really depends on where you come from. Where I come from, I don't consider myself loud or my language offensive or anything like that. When I moved to DC, fuck was every other word out of my mouth. You guys see it on the videos. That's just the way we talk up in New England. I mean, it's just common talk. And, where I grew up, people are very loud. Like my family's Portuguese descent. So, they're talking over one another. And, my mom, she can call me on the phone. I can go like this, hold the phone over here, and you can hear her. She's not yelling. She's not mad. It's just how she talks. But when I came to DC, I realized, people were looking at me kind of strange. I mean, it's not that I didn't fit in or make friends and stuff, but they would laugh and be like, man, how many times are you going to say fuck in a sentence? And they would laugh at it, or be like, man, it's not that fucking, it's quiet in here. You don't have to be that loud. And, I realized that was me coming into a new environment and not really knowing my surroundings and knowing what I knew was normal, which was not normal in my new environment. So you're now in a new environment in America, in a university, and it's different than what you know. So now you have to adapt to that. You go through and say that you sometimes sit in your room and cry. Well, that to me kind of, the first thing that pops in my head is you're sad. Why are you sad? Are you sad because you're not making friends? Are you sad because you're away from home? Is it all these things together combined? I know that when I moved to Fort Lauderdale from Rhode Island to go to school, there were times that I felt kind of alone. I had friends there that were actually from New England. One was from Rhode Island. My roommate was from Rhode Island. But I missed, the girl that I was dating in high school right before I left. I missed my parents. I missed my brother. And since you're in college, nobody can be with you all the time. It's not like when you're in high school and you're stuck together in a class. If your roommate's off for fucking 2 days and he's gone, you'll be alone for 2 days. So you could be lonely. There's a whole bunch of things going into this I don't think that you're really looking at. And he says that you say that basically no one considers you a good friend. Why? Okay, why do they not consider you a good friend? Are you not doing the things that you think you're doing? Are you not as outgoing as you are? Are you, butting heads with people, not even realizing it, opinion-wise? Personality conflicts happen in college that you may not notice. And, like, you may say, I believe that the fucking sky is not blue. I believe beyond it is green. And they're like, look, I took a class. You're like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, and you don't really think much of it, but people are basically judging you based on what you're saying. So, my advice, you say you like to train and do all this stuff and train and eat and diet and you'd like to, you don't like to go hang out and party unnecessarily. There are other people out there like that. Now, in college, there's not a whole lot of them, all right? But there are other people out there like that. Maybe somebody at the gym that's really serious into it like you are and stuff like that. But I think what's happening is you're trying to interact with people that you really don't want to be interacting with. They don't consider you a good friend because you're not putting out the effort, because you don't really want to be their good friend. If they're out there partying meaninglessly and, you know, they're loud, they're obnoxious, they're not really your cup of tea, but you try to help them with their homework or you help them move a couch or something, doesn't mean you guys are going to be friends. You know, so honestly, I really think that this has a lot to do with you and not the rest of the people. I mean, a whole university full of people can't be fucking wrong, but one person can be, okay? So, like, what is the problem? Is it one person that's doing something that's affecting all these people, or all these people just not like you for no reason at all? It doesn't make any sense. So my advice to you is to kind of step back and really kind of soul search a little bit. Think about yourself. Think about what you want. Think about the type of people you want to attract into your life. Think about the lifestyle you want to lead. And, you know, are there going to be times when you're alone? Yeah, but you're not going to be alone forever unless you choose to be alone forever. You know, maybe you actually have to lighten up a little bit. And, you know, fuck it, I don't drink, but you know what? Right after my the show in Woodbridge this year, I went to a Toby Keith or Keith Toby or whatever the fuck the country singer is, has a bar that they were having an after party. Went to the after party. I don't drink, but I went to Phil Heath's after party. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you don't have to take part in the drinking part and the partying, but you can go there and be social, and that could be a big part of it too. Maybe it sounds like you're not a social guy, because if you didn't leave your room for a month, like to even just go to a movie or the fucking library, the mall, something like that, like, it means you may not be very social. So in college, how the fuck are you going to meet people and have friends and not be social? So that's, you know, if you can't get it figured out, see a counselor. I'm sure there's a counselor on campus. Talk to them about it. As a matter of fact, fuck that. Just go to a counselor now and talk to them about what's going on. See what they say, because I'm not a professional, but I'm seeing things right from this email that just jump out at me because I've lived through all this stuff. I've had friends that have gone through it. I mean, you know, I've seen all this stuff. So talk to a counselor a little bit and see what the deal is. And best of luck out there, and I hope you do well in school. BioStraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostraining.com is a blog. It's the Good Luck Bicep, and we're out.